Every one of us is tasked with bringing the world to perfection. This week's Parashah reveals a secret to help us do just that. Parashah opens. See, I place before you today a blessing and a curse. Blessing if you obey the commandments of Hashem that I enjoin upon you this day, and curse if you do not obey the commandments of Hashem. Let's play a little punctuation game. Remember that the Torah doesn't contain any punctuation, so by punctuating the verse in different ways, we can uncover various meanings of the verse. Let's begin with the usual way of punctuating the verse. Let's put commas before and after the word today. So we have, see, I place before you today a blessing and a curse. In this reading, what is Hashem placing before the people? A blessing and a curse. When is that being placed before us? It's being placed today. The Parashah goes on to describe what we need to do to tip the scale towards blessing. A beautiful verse that tells us that the future is before us right now, and how we decide to act will determine if that future is one of blessings or of curses. But there's another way to understand the verse. What if we remove one of those commas? What if we read the verse as, see, I place before you today a blessing and a curse? In this reading, what is being placed before us? Today is the thing that's being placed before us. And what is today? Today is both a blessing and a curse. In this understanding, Moshe is saying that today has the potential to be either a blessing or a curse. Today is neutral, just a factual series of events that happen. It's up to us to decide how we interpret those events, how we decide to react to those events. Our interpretation, our response is what turns today into a blessing or into a curse. Do we look at today in August of 2025 and see a today where anti-Semitism locally and globally is at highs not seen in our lifetime? Or do we look at today in August of 2025 and see a today where Jews are re-engaging in their Judaism as never before? Chaverim, my friends, today is indeed standing before us, but we aren't passive observers. Today doesn't happen to us. We are actors in our own story. It's up to us to actively take the opportunity that is today and make sure today becomes a blessing. It's up to us to tip the scales today and every day away from the curse and towards blessing. So how do we do that? How do we make today less about the curse of the rise in anti-Semitism and more about the blessing of Jewish engagement? I don't have the answer for how to fight anti-Semitism. Certainly not an answer that'll fit in this video. But I can tell you with full confidence what won't work. Hiding who we are, being ashamed to be Jewish, being ashamed of our support for Israel has never worked and never will work to reduce anti-Semitism. So if we don't know how to fight against the curse of anti-Semitism, let's all tip the scale by filling the world with more and more blessing, so there's no room for curses. Be extra proud of your Judaism. Be extra strong in your support for Israel. Be extra bold in filling the world with mitzvot. It's up to us to fill today with so much blessing that there's no room for anything else. That's one thing we can learn from this week's Parsha. How will you step up this week to bring the world a little closer to perfection? Shabbat Shalom and Am Yisroel Chai.